It was a quick intro.
There we go. Couldn't get my volume to come back on. Welcome,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, to the May 5th Cinco de Mayo episode of Ghost Ghost PM with our special guests. We got Goran and we have Jamey from Paranormal Search. How the hell you been, dude? You crazy Serbian bastard.
Doing great, bro. How about yourself?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain. You guys have been busy since we talked last. You've been halfway across the damn country.
Been all over the place. We've seen you at a cemetery
Man,
too. I think it was the last week for his premiere. We were at a cemetery.
oh yeah? Man, who all we got in here already? We just jumped like crazy. Let me see here. We got Samantha Nicole Guy. We have got Bluegrass Paranormal Adventures. Welcome, welcome. Of course, Jamey had to comment in there. Hey, everyone. Let me see here. Let me see. Terry, welcome, dear. Good to see you. KG, good to have you here, hon. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Tony York, what's up, buddy? Big Fish, good to see you. Templar, good having you, man. Ty, good to see you, bud. Hope you had a good day. Lost Souls Paranormal. Can't stay cooking dinner. Don't blame you one bit. I'm just gonna grab me some Romulan noodles when this is over with. The wife had to go in early, so I didn't get a home cooked meal tonight. Or I could take my daughter down to the restaurant that I work at, 2 blocks down the road, and we can have shrimp. So, let me see. Jay, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good. So, how many states did you guys cover on your trip?
Ooh, you were counting down.
8, 7.
About like 7 or 8, I believe.
Wow. And just for the folks that don't belong to you guys, which I know Jamey can type in the chat right now. So she can put your link in the chat so anyone who's not subscribed to your channel can get subscribed to it. While she's doing that, G, tell us some of the places you guys investigated.
I'll tell you all of them, right? I think if I can think of all of them we've done. I already knew this was gonna happen. Got
That's what I
some,
was Edinburgh.
yeah, got some trolls in here. Edinburgh Manor. We've done that one. Right after that is Monroe House, Villisca,
Sally.
Sally House, Malvern Manor,
Pine Lawn.
Pine Lawn Manor, Old
City
City
Jail.
Jail,
The church.
yep, the Haunted Church, Jim Jones Boyhood Church. Yeah, that's what it's
Yep.
called. What else?
Is it all right?
I don't think that's all 8.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to check though. I can't think at the top of my head. Um, Old City Jail.
I
Was it
put the
all 8?
link in there, Drew, but I'm gray, so nobody can click it.
Well, let's change that. As soon as I find you here. I'm not even seeing you in the chat. Let me see here. We're going to flip this over to the live chat. I thought I already did that. I'm going to go all the way back up here to the beginning of it where you came in and said hey to everybody, and I'm going to click you there. Booyah. You're blue now, girlfriend.
Yep. Thank you.
Miss Cheesecake. There you go, guys. Like I said, they have been to places that I could only dream of getting to. And okay, I'll tell you what, just for the giggles of it, gee, what got you started in the paranormal? I'm going to ask Jamey the same question so you can sit back there behind him instead.
I think you asked me that question the first time.
I
When you
did, but there's a lot of people here that didn't know you back then. There's still some
know,
that don't know you now.
what got me into the paranormal was when my grandmother passed away. When I had an apartment, seeing her on the couch. That's what got me more into watching these paranormal shows and got me interested more in watching them. Appreciate it,
Huh.
Temper Night.
So you just decided to jump into it yourself, and did you try to communicate with grandma, or
I did not.
because see ours just passed back in January, and I've done two in-home overnights, and the last one I done, my God, I don't know if it was grandma or not, but we got a lot of activity on the equipment. So because I see, hear, and smell that old woman still in this house. So, but now, Jamey, have you always been interested in the paranormal, or did it really kick into high gear when you and G got together?
Yeah, that's when I very first went on like an actual investigation was with him. But I mean, I messed with the spirit box and stuff like that before I even knew him.
Wow. So, out of the uh, out of the 8 locations that you guys have done in the last, let's say, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
about that.
How long? Yeah, sir. Say, how long exactly were you on the road?
From the 16th until when did we come back?
Was it the 16th? It was the 17th.
It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, the 17th.
Yeah, 16th up until the 20. At the end of April, I think it was. April 26th, maybe? No?
Whenever we did the church, we left out the next
Yeah,
morning.
we did a church 4 days ago and then we left off the next morning, though. Yeah, so about the end of April, I guess you can say.
Wow. So out of all these places that you done, if you had to pick a favorite, which one would it be?
A favorite one? That's a good question. I thought you were going to ask me the scariest one. My favorite one was Melbourne Manor.
Oh, I'm going to ask you the scariest one too.
Melbourne Manor,
But I,
definitely. That was the second to last one, only because
I like that one
the
too.
connection like that I've got with Inez, with the girl that hung herself at 12 years old in that closet. Flashlight was turning off on, and the cat ball went off two, three times. But the flashlight, her answering yes or no questions on cue, that was
mm,
my favorite one.
Well, the REM
oh
pod was
wow.
in that room too, in that other room. The REM pod and the cat balls in that one room.
Yeah, and that was Gracie's room, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that part where that got in contact with the girl that had 13 different personalities, that one was a really
Hmm.
good one. It's a little bit emotional. But Melbourne
Yeah,
Manor.
I've not had a chance to catch up on them all with my work schedule. I come in. I come in at night. I hang out with my wife till she leaves for work. Then the rest of my evenings pretty much hanging out with my daughter and relaxing my legs and stuff after running around like a chicken, my head cut off all day long. I mean, we had, geez, and criminy. I don't know if you guys have any teeny tiny little restaurants in your towns, but we done in 5 hours today. We done almost $5,000. So it was busy. And there's only two cooks there,
Oh,
so we
wow.
were humping. But well, two cooks and one waitress. So do the math. I think that equals up to ass handed to you or something like that. But hey, Tommy, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Um, now, which of the eight was the scariest?
Monroe.
Monroe House, definitely.
Really? Well, what was it about the Monroe house that
I was started off
got you?
upstairs in the ritual room where I brought up the fact that he killed his daughter and wife and burned them alive in the basement. And then we took it downstairs in the basement where I started asking the questions, did he kill them? And as soon as I brought up that topic, that specific topic, that's when stuff started happening upstairs. It just sounded like it sounded like a ball bouncing. And then when she was doing the Estes, I got touched behind on my neck. And then like 2, 3 seconds later, something touched her. But that's the
Oh
first
wow.
time I ever heard something like that. Like, and the basement door was open too. So I thought, if the door was closed, I wouldn't be able to hear anything like that. But just hearing that upstairs, crazy.
Wow. So now was this her first time doing the Estes?
Not the
No.
first time.
Do, do you enjoy doing the Estes method, Jamie? I mean, having your senses, blindfolded, having headphones on where you can't hear any outside noises. Does it bother you having all your senses cut down, or are you okay with doing it since G is the only one there?
Well, it takes me a few minutes to come out of it after I'm done doing it, but other than that, it doesn't really bother me.
Wow. True stop by for. All right, Nightmare. Sounds good, bud. Um, jeez. So out of all the different methods that you use at your investigations, I've been watching you for over a year, and I've seen you go into places, just you and one of your buddies and stuff like that, and try different ways of communicating. What's your favorite method to communicate?
Oh, I mean, I know favorite method now. I mean, the Estes definitely, but we do have to start doing EVPs. We don't do EVPs like that at all. I don't even think about it. We're just used to like specific things, but
We tried that cat ball thing at the church.
yeah, we did try that new method and stuff with you can explain that. That was the redneck's idea, but you can explain how that works.
We took like birthday balloon string and hung it from like the door frame and had a cat ball at the end of it. And then some of the ribbons had like weights at the bottom, so with after they sat still, something went through there, they would swing.
Mm-hmm.
We tried that at the church this last time, and the cat, one cat was both cat balls went off at separate times.
One went off. Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't
I know we've
moving;
had
it
a lot
was
of
just like
luck.
dangling from that string.
Yeah, we've had a lot of luck with the cat balls. As a matter of fact, I'm looking to get some of them. Um, I'm trying to like revamp my whole case. So I've got a couple new pieces of equipment coming. Um, some new safety equipment coming. Some new radio coming. Because I don't know if you watched the last video when we were at the cemetery a week and a half ago, but you know, the guy that I you know lay my health and safety on his radio died like 10 minutes in there. So that was the very first thing they zapped was the batteries in his fully charged radio. So yeah, that mm,
Yeah, to me personally and
yeah,
stuff, I honestly like the flashlights better than the EVPs. I don't think you're gonna hear anybody else say that though, but I like the flashlights better only because, like, especially when you ask questions that answer on cue, like yes or no, like light it up if it's a yes and stuff, stuff like that. So I
yeah.
like the flashlights better than the EVPs. That's my opinion.
I've had a lot of people talk about using the flashlight. I had one of those small flashlights, and for some reason, I took it on an investigation one time, and I played with them blinking the light, and it will work. You stick brand new batteries in, it will not work. Weirdest thing. Well, that's like this last investigation. We wound up losing 5 pieces of equipment during that investigation. I tried to do EVPs. I got up my voice recorder. It had no power whatsoever.
Mine messed up at
I,
Fairfield, remember?
I yeah, I walked back in this house after that investigation. Got ready to switch the batteries out. Hit the power button by accident, and it powered right up.
They are, Tommy, in my opinion.
Mess.
Everybody has their own opinion, though, Tommy.
I was going to say the flashlights are better. Because that's his opinion. There, Mister Feller.
The Austin. Okay.
I think it is neat to
Cricket.
see them like turn it off and on too. I mean, it's hard, like you gotta actually twist the one that we have. You have to twist it on and twist it off. So to see it come on and off, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, definitely so. Um, hey Ian. Hey Canadian Ginger Gaming. Orb Puff. Welcome, welcome. Everybody I've missed while we've been chatting. Who's Austin? It's that
Stone
little
cold.
jerk dude. That little jerk
Yeah,
with the
but
1969 porn stash that.
we do plan on returning to some of these locations actually as well. That's going to be a new project, I guess, in the works. I don't know when we're going to start that. I mean, as of right now, we do plan on going maybe in about a month and a half. We got Sweet Spring Sanitarium, which is going to be a premiere because it barely has any connection over there. And then I'm going to make a return to Bel Air House because it's been was it April 16th since I've been there last year. But for these upcoming locations, I'm to make a return for them. We plan on maybe going down there sometime about like December, beginning of January, maybe. Much love, War Puff. But yeah, sometime like beginning of January, I do want to return to Edinburgh Manor because we haven't went to the basement yet. I want to go back to Sally House because I didn't go to the basement. It says nobody's allowed down there, but I still want to go down to that basement. I do want to make a return to that church because that church we left with more questions than answers, and Melbourne Manor, of course. So there's going to be a return to a couple of these locations, and we'll see what happens then.
Very cool. Well, you know, you guys are welcome to Michigan anytime.
Yeah, we can
Between
stop by and
between
grab you this
me,
time when we go. We'll come pick you up
Sounds
one of
good.
these vacations.
Yeah, between me, Tommy, Randy, Heather, Lisa, Danny, I think we keep you guys busy with some pretty cool locations. Not to mention we got the Ghost-to-Ramas coming this year. You know, we have one next month, and then there's another one set for sure in August. And I think there's going to be one in between the two. Last time I talked to Danny, he's working on getting it set up at the City Square that we investigated last year. So it's got like 5 historic buildings on it. So that's going to be.
Yeah, all right, we'll see
Oh,
what
but
we can do.
I know Tommy. You should come. I think they should both come. Just have paranormal search at one of our gastronomies be pretty cool. Hey, King Ghost Paranormal, welcome, welcome. For years, my wife swore she could see spirits. Used to spook the heck out of me. Your wife and my wife should get together and have coffee sometime.
Yeah.
My wife, yeah, the one in Berrien Springs, Tommy. That's where Danny's working on the third one. The last time I heard was the Berrien Springs courthouse where, because you've got the historic courthouse, you've got the blacksmith shop, you've got the old sheriff's office. The platform is still there where the round jail cell used to be, but the jail cell was taken out, and then you've got the small cabin that sits back there behind the courthouse. So, very cool place. That's all we need. Brit and an American getting together and playing things. Hey, my Brit just left on Tuesday, dude, and went back to Britain, so he was here for 2 weeks. We planned a bunch of stuff, and the house is still standing, so it's not that bad. So, um, go over what you can remember off the top of your head. Go over the 8 locations that you visited, and talk about some of the things you found, some of the things that may have shocked you, or answers or something that you may have come
Oh,
across.
shocked me. Oh, Melbourne Manor. Let's say take that for example. Everything in that place is original. Every single thing is original. We found that one person was there was that guy. Yeah, Hank is his name. All of his clothes are in a cabinet, like original clothes, and we
Still
even
on the
found his
dresser.
fingernails in there too, though. His fingernails were in there, and but he did say the owner said that everything in that place is original, which is crazy. And yeah, Hank doesn't like his stuff being touched. We did have a capo go off on top of his dresser actually.
Uh-huh.
And then there's an attic. We didn't go in the attic there. That's why I want to return to that place. That's where there's an entity up there that attacks females, I guess it was. And then he tries to scare you and attack you physically, and then he asks for alcohol and cigarettes,
Mm-mm.
like offering and stuff, though, which is pretty neat. With Velisca, I mean, when it comes to findings, I thought it was pretty cool that they still have those X marks in those walls from when the killing happened. I just think like that shocked me a lot, just seeing those X
Oh
marks
yeah,
there. Like I was like, holy shit!
right
From
above the bed.
that was from 1912, and it's like still there. It can't be covered up. Much love, Lisa. JJ.
Hello.
You got anything? Yeah, Gracie's room in Melbourne Manor as well. There were her
Oh, nice.
glasses there. Her glasses were original and everything too, though, which I thought it was pretty neat. Like everything
The
from
bed and everything too.
the people that passed away there, like was original. I thought it was pretty neat.
Now, when you went to Velisca, we were talking just a little bit before the stream started. Velisca, Axe Murder House over in Iowa is a place that I've always wanted to go. That place for some reason just, I mean, it really holds my curiosity. What did you come across there? What did you find? What did was there much
We
communication?
don't
What?
know. You have to wait for the premiere.
Yeah, I'm not
Well, I
gonna
mean,
give
don't
that
go into
out.
detail and ruin the video, but I mean, some stuff. Maybe talk about some things you didn't put in the video.
You can definitely tell when you walk in the house. There's like a bunch of emotional. It like really is messes with your head. It's like really super emotional because you're sitting there thinking of, like, I was sitting there and I kept telling him, I'm like, we left to go get something to eat and come back, and I'm like, man, these parents didn't even have a chance to like protect their kids, and that's what parents are for. And they killed, the parents and the kids all in one, and that's not fair. And it was just like really super heavy like that to me.
Yeah, Drew, when we go, I mean, we can
Wow.
go back over there. We can take you over there. Us three going to
Awesome.
Velis. One, I mean, that's fine with me.
Yeah, I'd love to go there. My God, just give me enough heads up so I can let my boss know I'm taking a couple of days off work.
Hmm.
Definitely.
I've missed so many videos since I went back to work. I have too, Jan. That's what I was telling them. They just went on this, you know, expedition to all these different locations, and I think I've got to maybe slide into a video, maybe a stream, and most of my evenings are spent with my daughter, so I don't really. I do everything in here from like 4 o'clock in the morning until time to leave for work. So I'm behind on, and I feel so bad because there are so many people that support me and make the time. But after 7 years of not working and going back to work, I'm just so bloody damn exhausted that all I ever want to do is just relax, come home, put on my comfies, and kick back and fall asleep about 9 o'clock. Um,
We didn't come home and made a cooking video.
you what?
Come home and made a cooking video.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got that cooking. Yeah, we're doing cooking videos as well. I guess that's gonna premiere 2 days after Velisca.
oh
Velisca's in
wow.
2 days. Velisca's Sunday. And then we'll go to the zoo eventually. We'll do some vlogs over there, like something different, like so people can see how we are, like outside of the paranormal world, and see our like personalities and stuff when we're not investigating. I just thought it would be pretty cool to just throw that in there, like a mixture of everything, you know, different things, not just paranormal and stuff. Just trying to mix it up a little bit.
Very cool. Very cool. That's
I
awesome.
made
Appreciate it,
I
Lisa.
made Serbian food.
You did.
You made Serbian food.
Hmm. I did.
I've only had Serbian food once in my life, and it was freaking awesome. What'd you make?
What is that?
Go ahead.
You say it, not me.
Burek. It's called burek. You can. I forgot the ingredients for that.
Meat potatoes and onions inside of the
Yeah,
phyllo
I put a
dough.
short. I posted a short like was it 2 days ago?
Hmm.
Almost 900 views. It was about 2 days ago. She'll make you food, Drew, when we come over. When you come over here or something like that.
That'd be really cool. Like I said, I've only had Serbian food once, and I do not remember what it was. It was so long ago. But oh my God! But I try to branch out. Like I tried to learn how to cook Polish because the wife's grandmother was Polish. So I learned how to make kluskis and learned how to make um, chicken pepper cash, uh, things like that. And it's like, yep, that's the end of my cooking linguistics.
Well, I just went by
Serbian
the
is
recipe and was just going with it. I was like, hey, I'm not Serbian, but hey, I'm trying it. So, however it turns out, it was good though.
Serbian Croatian. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, European food. The best way I can word it though. Yeah, some like that. Or
So
Balkan, the Balkan food too, though. Balkan. I don't know. Most people don't know what Balkan is, though. But It can be has a lot of words to it.
I got you. So, which videos have premiered from your trip?
Just
All of them
one,
but Ballista.
just one. And that was actually 2 days ago. Old City Jail. That's an hour long. And she was doing the Estes in a jail cell, and she was getting really good responses. There was a guy murdered by 7 people, choked and murdered by 7 guys in his cell. Those responses she got was
Hmm.
really good. And then we got Velisco on the 7th, premiering 10:30 p.m. and then a cooking vlog 2 days later. But like I said, we'll be
Oh
taking a
wow.
break for about a month, month and a half. But we're still going to be providing content when it comes to cooking and when we go out places, as maybe restaurants to the zoo and stuff like that from outside of the paranormal up until we get back into investigating in about a month and a half about that.
So, what do you got in mind for the future?
Are the next investigations?
Yeah.
We've got Sweet Spring Sanitarium coming up next. Either that one, yeah, that one's 4.5 hours away from here, and then Bel Air House. Those are the next two.
Oh, Bel Air.
Return over there. For me, that's going to be our first time over there, but something like that. We'll see. Sweet Springs, definitely.
Sounds like a busy summer.
We've got a lot. We've got a lot of stuff to take care of when it comes to the investigations and like personal stuff, though. So we're tackling everything like that comes our way when it's the right time to
Now,
do it.
how do you go about figuring out which locations you want to go to and gaining access to them?
Well, before they shut down Ghost on USA, I was on that website. They didn't shut it down. They canceled public investigations until further notice. But I look at it on there. I type in on Google search, for example, Sweet Spring Sanitarium private investigations, and stuff pops up on there. Get the contact number or email information, and just email them like that. Southwest
Hmm.
Ohio. When will you come down my way in Southwest Ohio? That is Bel Air is in Ohio, JJ. There's that Fairfield Infirmary. We're gonna make a return to there.
That's the first place we ever investigated was Fairfield.
Madison Seminaries in Ohio. We're gonna be in Ohio in about a month and a half, I guess you can say. I mean, maybe go down Ohio first and then do Sweet Springs. We don't have them in order. It all depends. We can head down
Yeah,
Ohio next.
Jan's got some nice historic cemeteries and stuff down her way. She lives right down just a little bit northeast of Cincinnati, and
Cincinnati.
I'm I'd like to get down there this year too. Lisa and I were going to go down last year, but finances wouldn't allow it. So I think we're going to try to get down there this year and spend a few days and hit some of the places down there that she has to share with us. G has his own search engine, Paranormal Search.
Yeah, I do want to go back to Monroe House as well and stuff. It's about like this project is going to be about overcoming our fear and stuff because I did tell her I was like we need to go. It did scare me downstairs a little because I wasn't expecting all those noises to happen, but we'll make a return to Monroe House and we gotta have to go back down there for Whispers Estate. We'll do Whispers Estate down in Indiana and
Now, when you were down in the basement at the one location and you started hearing noises back up on the first floor, um, did you leave any camera equipment or anything up there where you could see if anything was
yeah, that's the
moving
problem.
around?
That's what we have to start doing. That's what we have to start doing. And I thought it was the ball because in that one room, when you walk into Monroe House, when you go in the kitchen and then you go straight down, and you turn right. I put a ball in the middle of the table. I thought it was the ball bouncing because it sounded like a ball. It was like doom, doom, doom. That's what it sounded like, a ball bouncing on the floor. I thought the ball fell and it started bouncing, but when we went up there, it was exactly at the same spot where I left it at. But we do need to
Oh,
start. I mean, she has two extra, no, one extra phone.
Yeah, I have two
And
phones.
plus, I just found the camera. My mom found the camera about a month ago, so we're gonna start doing that. I'm gonna definitely put an extra camera upstairs,
No, it wasn't a month ago. It was the day we left. She sent you a picture of it after we was already like hours away.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start doing that too, though. I mean, there's a lot of things that we don't we don't think about those extra things. We just go into place, feel it out, and whatever we feel, that's where I just start putting the flashlights over here, put the cap on here. I don't think about like, let's do an EVP session because when you're in that moment of all the questions you want to ask, I don't really think about EVPs like other people should, and I know we're supposed to do that too. That's you can't debunk you can't debunk an EVP if you're not talking, and it's a voice that it's right there. So it's like we don't think about it. We just go like how we're feeling at the moment and stuff at the time, and we use the equipment, whatever comes into my head, to put there. Like for kids, we definitely use the flashlight and the cat ball and
Okay.
the REM bear and stuff like that. It all depends, like if children died in a place or adults. And as everybody knows in chat, everybody does the paranormal different. That's what makes this community like really good and stuff is everybody's different in the things that they do. Some people use EVP, some people don't. Everybody's creative and different in their own way and has their
mm-hmm.
own ideas of when it comes to this afterlife situations.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about when you mentioned kids. I was going to ask you if you had any of the little like the Para Bear or any of the little K2 type stuffed animals and stuff like that that are available.
It's a REM pod bear.
Okay, that's really cool. The only time we've ever had a problem, had an interaction with kids is when we done the Spanish flu seminar at Mount Zion here in Michigan. There's over 100 kids in there that died from Spanish flu epidemic back in early 20th, like the second decade of the 20th century, and we just actually stopped at like a Dollar Tree and bought a bunch of little toys and took them out and laid them by the graves, and we were getting a lot of interaction
Oh wow.
um, from them just picking up them little dollar and a quarter now, but just picking up them little cheap toys on the way. Let me see here. Gee, come to Ghostorama, you and Jamey. I'm gonna try to twist their arm if I can still if they're still out traveling in like August. I'm gonna do my best to twist their arm, and get them there. The one in the one in August is going to be at the Van Buren County Museum. It used to be a poorhouse, and there was a hospital next to it. And there were several deaths in the hospital, several deaths on the property. Um, Homeless people. It's a huge 5-story museum. I think what is there, Tommy? Like 40 some odd rooms in that building, plus a full basement, and just constant. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of historic items. So everything from Native American all the way up through our most modern wars and stuff. Will be best. Oh, that's the June 3rd one. Damn it, it is not the whorehouse museum, Tony. It's the poorhouse museum. I mean, they probably were, whatever it could take to make a little money. Still, I mean, yeah, still listed as poorhouse museum. Oh no, Tony. Wish the best for Jimmy. Um, I didn't see what happened to Jimmy, Tony. I didn't see what you said that you said anything about. No, you said you found him, but that was it. I didn't know that.
It's just something about a fire and somebody getting burned or something.
Oh, damn! Oh God, poor dude. Jesus. Um. So what? Lost everything in a fire. Oh, that poor guy. God. Thanks, Tommy. Thank you. It was the effort of everybody involved. Gee, he actually posted something on Facebook just a couple nights ago, and several new family members from his group came over and joined up, and that's what pushed us those last, I think, 4 or 5 over the 1K thing, and we're just continuing. I checked it again tonight, and it was like it was 1,007 or something like that. So we're still gaining traction and going. So that many thanks to everybody. Getting this new channel up back up to that 1K, and sky's the limit for us all. That's the way I look at it. So we're going to go back in time just a little bit. You've been doing investigations for what, G? 3 years?
Cannot remember exactly. I
Well,
cannot remember. No.
I don't know.
of all the places that you've done, I know we've just covered the last month or so in your trip. But of all the places that you've done since you started investigating, it, can you pick one that just literally scared the hell out of you? I mean, to the point where you actually considered leaving. It was so bad, even just for a second.
It had to be Monroe House.
Mm. Wow. So one of your most recent investigations.
We did leave.
Now, you did leave.
Yeah, we did. Before 3 a.m. actually.
So one question I like to always ask people, especially people who are experienced in investigating and everything. Can you think of a place you've been to that, I mean, rumor and tales and stuff have built it up to be this huge, active, really haunted location, and you get there and either get no communication, no interaction, or so little that it's just like, why'd I waste my time and money coming here?
As of now, I'm gonna have to for that answer. I'm gonna have to stick with Velisca.
No, I think that's it.
Really?
I mean, everybody's
Really?
different and stuff. I know there's one channel was that Wolf Paranormal went there and he was provoking down in the blue room and he saw a white light in the closet and they left by one a.m. I do have when it comes to that Velisca when the premiere starts Sunday night. I did we recorded that interview with that with the owner of the place and he'll get into details with that whole provoking thing that he did with Charm City Paranormal. He'll get into
Hmm.
details with that, but yeah, it's that place. I mean, we did capture our apparition and stuff though. She did catch. You can show him if you want to know. Picture. We were sitting in the U-Haul truck and
Oh, the window?
she took a picture of the window in the attic 3 times, and when she took it twice, you can see the face.
That's because you told me to.
When she
Keep
took it
taking
a
it.
third time, nothing was there. So
Oh
she will
wow.
show you guys the picture. She does have a
Well, I
picture
was
of it.
only taking it because it was like this. Like this is the. I don't know if you can really
Yeah, that's the original picture. Oh, it's really
look how
nice.
pretty like the clouds and moon was. Oh no!
Yeah, it's too small to. I can't
Right
see
there
it
is what was
anyway.
in the window.
Yeah, Drew, you can see that though from right here, actually.
And then,
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we'll send
and
it to
that's the
you on.
first. That's the first one. And then the second one, it's like it opens its mouth.
Like like it was up there saying, "Don't go. I was going to make cappuccino."
And
Drew, that
then,
was actually before we started the investigation. We started
mhm.
investigation about 12:30 after midnight. That was before we started investigation, maybe like 20 minutes
And
beforehand.
that's the third one where it wasn't there, and that was all within minutes of each other.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we'll send you that picture on Facebook and you can zoom it in and you'll see yourself.
I
Yeah,
was
that
just
would.
because the moon was pretty.
Wow. Yeah, it looked like a beautiful haunting night. I mean, it's I'm really surprised though, But I guess I shouldn't be because and I'm gonna throw a name out here that some of you guys probably have investigated in the past, and that's Bobby Mackey. I've had so many people tell me Bobby Mackey will terrorize the hell out of you. It will scare you straight. And I've had other people walk in there and say this is the biggest sleeper place we've ever been to in our lives. So, you know, I think it's a lot like you said. I think it's all in how you investigate, what equipment you use, your mindset, everything. All works, and everybody's different.
Yeah, that's why
So,
I went in that place expecting we were going to get a lot. Like it was going to be intense and crazy, but you have to walk, you got to go into these places like just with the mindset that you're not going to get anything, like nothing's going to happen kind of a thing. But when people hype it up and stuff, it's hard to go in there with just thinking, oh, you're going to get all these things.
so any new equipment you picked up since we talked last?
Well, the flashlight is new, I guess, still pretty new. We plan on getting some more things. We want to get that one pyramid that's like a yes or no. It has a, yeah, the flux, paranormal flux.
Mm-hmm.
Like a yes or no, you can ask questions and it turns green when it's yes and red when it's no.
Okay. I think I saw one of those when I was looking for some stuff the other day. Um, I'm actually thinking about getting an EM pump.
We
Well,
have
we
Now I
had
one.
don't
that
know
too.
if you guys lose equipment on a regular basis, but I think if you're feeding them a constant source of energy, they won't go after your batteries and stuff. So I don't know.
We didn't use the EM pump at Villisca either, though.
Let me see. Looks like a spooky night. It's not far from me. Um, does anybody in the chat have any questions for them about their trip, um, the places they went, what made them decide to go halfway across the freaking country to find places to investigate?
We did have the EM pump in the basement at Monroe, though.
We did.
Oh, did you?
Because we had to go back and get it.
Oh, I bet that was fun.
Mm.
So, when you was in the basement and you started hearing that bouncing noise, that upstairs, I mean,
It sounded
was
like
it a
exactly
point?
that too.
Was it to the point where it was actually dropping dust? down on you from uh, the ceiling, or I mean, was it just an audible noise?
It was an audible noise.
Hmm. Wow, that's crazy. Now, I know we've talked in the past about attachments, things following you home, possibly doing harm. Um, have you ever been physically attacked at a location?
It happened one time. That was Madison Seminary, Madison, Ohio. When I was doing a solo investigation, when you go right at that door, right in the middle, I feel like I was getting choked. I dropped my selfie stick and phone on the floor. That was the last time I felt like getting attacked. Actually, that was about it.
Wow. Yeah, 'cause I know you're not one to instigate at a. I mean, you'll get slightly maybe. Come on, talk to us. We came all the way out here to talk to you and learn about you. But I've never seen you like really get pushy. Is that the reason because you don't want to get buggered up at a location, or is it just a respect thing?
He used to be a provoking.
I provoked really bad at Airfield in upstairs in the attic and at Hinsdale House when I was provoking in the basement. And then when we left the Hinsdale House, it was a 2 night investigation. We started driving 10 minutes on the road, and the car stopped. The alternator went out completely. That was before the wreck, a couple weeks before, actually.
Oh wow. Now see, I've never seen you get. Um, I've never seen you get pushy. So that would actually be. I guess I got to go back and watch all the videos again if I want to see
Yeah.
like pushy G.
He
Yeah.
was bad. He was bad
Amy
about it.
Bobby Mackey's. Okay, thank you, Templar. I did not know that. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I want to see what Amy found. I've been kind of, normally that's how I go to bed at night is since I just learned about Amy's script. Um, I started, occasionally watching her videos when I catch them, and yeah, it sounds really interesting.
Yeah, we started watching her too about like maybe like 3 weeks ago. About a month ago, you can say.
Yeah, Templar told me about her here a couple of weeks ago, and I completely forgot her name. Then he told me again last week, and I flipped right over
Yeah.
during my live stream and subscribed to her so I could catch her.
Yeah, I tagged her on Twitter and stuff. She could respond to my post. But her and Jared they remind us of me and her when we go investigate in a lot of ways. So like we can relate to their investigation.
Now, what are some places that you've not been to yet that you really want to go to?
I want to go to it. Yeah, I was waiting for that question
Oh
because I
my
got the
You
god.
knew it
answer,
was coming.
and it's coming. It's gonna be coming. I'm gonna try. Let me check this calendar real quick because I want to do it on a specific date. I want to do my birthday.
What are you talking about?
You don't need. I didn't even. I didn't tell her yet either though. But there's one location I've been holding off, and it's been really, really hard. But September's not that far along. It's a little bit pricey. It's gonna be, I think, over about $1,000. But Waverly Hills Sanitarium.
Yep. Yep. Waverly Hills, I've definitely heard a lot of. Now, from what I understand, I don't know what they're going to be doing in September, but right now I don't think they're doing private. I think it's guided tours. Um, I think. I don't know.
They'll make an exception for my birthday. They'll make an exception. I'll
Oh,
even ask
okay.
them for a birthday cake if they can give me a birthday cake too, though, or a discount even better.
Now, one place I'd like to go to, and I'd actually like you to go with me if I ever make it out there, and that is the Washoe Club.
Oh, you were
What
looking
shoe
at
club?
that.
Yeah.
I have heard a lot about the Washoe Club. There have been a lot of. I mean, I first heard about that place on Ghost Adventures, and I've noticed that a lot of YouTube-based paranormal teams have been starting to show up out there and do things, and it does not seem like it's a letdown at all. So, yeah,
I was
I think
thinking
that would
about
never
Bobby
be.
Mackey's, like Bobby Mackey's as well a couple months ago, but it's not that the price is expensive. They only let you in there for like 4 hours, I think it is. They don't give you much time to investigate in there, but they charge. It's a little bit pricey for a short amount of time to investigate, especially if they know that people are coming a long way over there, whether it's driving or flying over there with an airplane or whatever. Though it's they don't give much time for people to investigate.
Hmm. Yeah, now that's one thing I've ran across in the past is trying to find these locations that are well known, but my God, they want $60 a person, 10 people minimum. Um, Everybody over that 10 is like either 65 or $70. It's like, my God, they're paying the utilities for that place on a one night investigation. Uh, what do you think about that? What do you think about people who go out and they buy these locations knowing they have a history to them, and then they charge an arm and a leg for people to come in and prove that there's a history to them?
Speaking of that,
That's,
glad he brought it up. My, when it comes to getting a location, I always wanted like that's what I want to do down the road. I want to own a place like a location. Like I don't know, I always wanted to own one, and then just I don't know. I don't know how to explain it right now, but I want to own a location one day. Hopefully,
now, see, I always
it's like
thought it'd be
it's
cool to
just that
own a
feeling when you
haunted bed and
think like
breakfast.
it's like yours. That feeling like that you have like it's your location, and you get to like
You just get whenever you want.
just remodel, not like remodel, but like fix the problems, like the roofing or whatever it needs to be done, knowing it's like yours and advertising it and stuff though and stuff like that, giving the tours. I just like just thinking about that just makes me like that's what makes me want to continue doing these investigations as well.
What's
It's
hard
just
is
like
when you pay like a lot to go and investigate a location, and you can clearly see that whoever owns it isn't putting anything back into the place that they're charging so much for.
Yeah.
They're literally just letting
Well,
it go.
that's one thing I love about Henderson Castle up in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Francois bought that place, and it's got a very, very long paranormal history to it. And he's constantly fixing the rooms up. He's constantly doing everything he can to keep it as active and as popular as he can. And now I believe, if I remember the name right, I believe he's just bought the DuPont house up in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and it's the same way as Henderson Castle. It is I believe a late 19th century dwelling. He's turning it into another bed and breakfast. So we're waiting to get to go to go do that place. But Henderson and Tommy can vouch for Henderson. He's been to Henderson with me, and I think he's been there a couple of times without me, and he knows the activity in Henderson Castle.
yeah,
So,
I heard of that
but
place as well.
yeah, Francois don't charge for the investigation. He charges if you want to get a room or something like that, sit in the bar and drink. But he don't charge for the investigations. So, uh, my God, people are active tonight. I'm up one side and down the other. Yeah, Henderson is a cool place. Gosh, man. Wow. Does anybody have any questions? I'm here. I'm starting to run dry. We've covered. They've only released one video, so I don't want to go into a lot of detail about their investigations, so it don't ruin the upcoming videos. Did now? Can you, without going into a lot of detail about any unreleased investigations, answer this? At any of the places that you went to, did you get any direct Class A EVPs, direct answers to any of your questions?
There is that one EVP that's on my phone.
I mean, we don't. Like I said, we didn't. We got to start doing EVPs. That's one mistake we are making. But
I have trouble hearing them, so that's why I don't.
it all depends what voice recorder you have as well. I mean,
The direct communication we have with the
let's see
flashlight.
right here.
What was that EP on your phone, Jamey?
I don't know. I couldn't really hear it. I can't hear them.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't have all the sound equipment and stuff on this computer to amplify and redefine and stuff like that. I wish I did. You
You can hear
know.
say something, but we just couldn't make it out.
So it was like a crackly whisper or something like that. That
No, it was
just,
like a deeper voice.
huh?
I don't know. I used an app to do it, so I don't know how to get it off. Well, maybe I used my phone. I don't remember. I'll have to look and see. I could probably send it to you if I.
Okay. Yeah, I'd like to hear it.
You
The
might
only
could.
thing I use, uh, the the only thing I use in my editing process is word recognition system, or a word recognition app on my computer. And basically, what it does is it'll scan through like 10,000 words or something like that, and um, it'll try to recognize from
That's me.
the audio. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, did that thing say frog, dog, fog, mog? And it'll try to put all these words together and form some kind of a sentence. So,
Yeah,
or you know, but that's the only thing that I've got that I use. So,
I sent you both of those that I just had it recording. I don't know what's in them and what's not, but I was just randomly recording while we were talking and stuff. We were inside Hank's room at Melver Manor,
hmm
so I just
oh,
put it on
so
record.
these are from Hank's room.
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to listen and see if I can figure them out. I got some pretty good speakers on this thing, so it'll get pretty loud.
I don't know which one it is. I just sent you both of them.
Okay. Hey, Tommy, you still here?
He should be. He was here 4 minutes ago.
Yeah, I don't have timestamp on my chat. Um, I'm thinking very seriously about sometime this summer going back to that place that me and Tommy and Amy from Mindless Adventures went to, where we saw the orange glowing eyes at the very end of the investigation that chased us out of the cemetery.
Oh my.
Bertrand, I'm pounding one out. Uh, damn kids. But yeah,
Did
I'm
you
thinking
take
about
the
going back
doll
to.
with you?
Oh, he's got enough of them floating around his house. There's got to be a doll somewhere.
He can keep them.
I'm about to head out. I got to stream myself. Cool. Yeah, oh, I know, Tommy. Bertram Cemetery was excellent. And for those of you that don't know, just south of Niles, Michigan, used to be a town called Bertram, Michigan. And the town just kind of died out. And the city of Niles kind of grew and encompassed the old land where Bertram used to be. And the Bertram Cemetery is still there. Um, we started off our evening that night getting scared to death by a deer that took running through the cemetery right at dusk, crashing through the brush and stuff. Um, but Tommy and his ex that was running the camera, um, they got a lot of straight up communication with a child that was buried there, and at the very end of it, we started getting this feeling that something wasn't right, and we started seeing orange eyes, like multiple sets of eyes, uh, way off in
Run.
the dark. You're going to love this next video I'm working on. I probably will, Tommy. I love all your videos, bud. My Friday's going pretty good, Sarah, except the fact that, after 2 weeks on the job and not having to really work much on the weekends, I've got like one day off for the next 9 days. Um, so, yeah, that's my only complaint. I was looking forward to having tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday off again. I wound up having only Tuesday off. So, a serial killer property. That's very cool. I was really hoping that when I found out that Jamey and G were going to Villisca, um, I was hoping that they would get some kind of a communication from maybe not the person who killed the mother, father, the two little girls, and their two little friends that were staying there, but maybe something from one of them
You
that
have to stay
might have
tuned.
helped. Yeah, we're just got to stay tuned for that one. I
Mm-hmm.
can't wait.
You
They
want your
said the
chair?
dogs you may know her. Hmm, interesting. Well, I spent $471 for groceries, $400 at Menards for stuff. So my Friday has been pricey.
If someone asks
So
about the cats or animals or whatever, there's a cat at Villisca.
is there?
Much
Mm-hmm.
love, Misty Mountain.
Yeah,
Hey,
whenever we went
Misty, good
inside,
to see you.
it was laying in there asleep on the bed that was the two little girls got killed on.
Yeah,
Really?
downstairs. Yeah.
Yeah, we actually have a picture, or I took a picture of the cat.
Was it a
Yes.
black
You
cat?
can't see
You
that.
can't see the cat.
Not yet. It's not down here on the big screen. Oh, that's cute.
Hmm. It opened the door too, like in the bathroom. It opened the door, like it took its top paws and opened the door, and it was just standing on its back paws.
Yeah, mine does that. Whenever one of the girls is in the bathtub, he has to go in there and watch. So I call him my little black pervert because that's all he ever does. Whenever my daughter or my wife goes in there to get in the bathtub, he stands up on his hind legs and pushes the door open and walks in, and he'll
Much
lay
Mhm.
love,
in there
Brown.
and watch them. Hey, Jim, good to
Hi,
see
Jen.
you. I wouldn't trust cats. They would do shit just to fuck with your head. That's Ralph. And can animals be ghosts? Well, yeah, yeah. Anything with a spirit can be a ghost. Didn't you do an investigation in an old hospital or something one time, G, where you kept hearing footsteps down the hall, just out of the light range?
I
Maybe a
forgot what place that was.
year and a half ago, something like that.
You know, Oklahoma College here.
Old hospital in College Hill, maybe something like that. It's been a while, Drew. It's been a while. Though. It's hard to remember.
Yeah, I mean, a lot's gone on in the last year and, let's say, year and a half, and you know, I'm sure it's kind of hard to remember. But I mean, shit, man, your list of investigations is growing and growing. I can't blame you for not. I have to go back and look at videos to remember places.
You're gonna love that
I'll tell you.
Melbourne Manor. Oh, that was a 3 hour live stream contacting us. Here at the 13 different personalities. You're gonna love that stream.
Oh yeah, definitely so.
Melvin Manor also was both of us investigating together too, not just one or the other. That was cool.
Yeah, I'm really kind of surprised as, and I'm going to air quote this, camera shy. Um, as you are, you don't mind being in the videos and stuff, but yet, here recently I've seen you sitting on the bed, back behind him, while he's talking on a live stream, and here you are. He got up, walked away. You just scooted right over his chair and took over the stream.
Yeah. See, he pays attention.
That's because you told me to.
Appreciate it, Misty.
Uh,
Well, a lot of times on live streams, though, I don't even know that I'm even on the camera. He gets me, and I don't even know.
so, since you started doing the investigations with him, um, and it's okay if it's the same, likes and dislikes that he's got, but has there been one in particular that just really made the hair on the back of your neck raise up?
That was Monroe.
Oh, was it
I don't know.
Monroe for you
Maybe
too?
between Monroe and Wildwood. Wild was where something. I was like doing Estes, and something scratched me down my leg.
Wow. Hey, Richie. Good to see you, bud.
Was that like? It was like. Was it the second time we went there? First time we went there? I don't remember, but it was. That was a crazy night. Just all in general.
Huh. I mean, did you actually get a shot of the scratch marks, or?
I have pictures of it on my phone and somewhere, but
Yeah,
it's on the
cause
live stream.
okay. Yeah, the one time I got scratched at a cemetery, I took my bloody shirt off right there on camera. Had my partner take a shot of my back where the scratch was at, and there was the scratch going right down my spine. Um,
Well, I pulled myself
so
out of Estes because of like the weird sound that was coming through there was like you're gonna laugh at me again. It was like a human animal like laugh and it scared me and scratched me on my leg and I come out of it, like pulled the headphones off and everything and then went to him, I'm like, whoa.
interesting. Hmm. Let me see here. Channel link. Yeah, definitely keep randomly throwing your channel link up and stuff. You know.
Yeah, I left my phone in the bedroom though, so I'm just using hers to drop it. Yeah, that Velisca link will
Yes,
be
sir.
that premiere will be an hour and 48 minutes. We're gonna do no editing, no anything like that. I mean, just put everything raw on there, I guess. Some people like putting, there's gonna be times eventually, I put like these, like, what do they call it for the trailers, like the music, like intense music, thriller music, and stuff like that. I know
Mm-hmm.
people like putting a lot of transitions for their videos, and like the intense music, but I just like putting everything like raw. And if I wanted to learn how to edit, though, I can do that easily. I'll find somebody and stuff, whatever. Pay them to edit the video, but I like putting out raw stuff out there. Like it's because when you edit things, people are gonna think, oh, you did this, and you're capturing only stuff that
Something
when
happened.
something happens, you're only recording that part. That's why I do mostly live streams than premieres because people can sit there and I can interact with them. They can interact in chat while it's live, and that way nobody questions anything. I mean, you can still fake stuff when it's a live stream, definitely, but we spend, we spend about like a little bit over $2,000 for these locations. I'm not gonna spend that much money just to fake something, especially renting a U-Haul that we rented a U-Haul for 3,000 miles only. We surpassed 3,000. We passed the 3,000 mile mark too, though, so we're gonna have to pay extra for that as well.
So,
Plus
yeah.
traveling 17 hours. We went around the tolls. So from here to Edinburgh Manor, we're 17 and a half hours
That was
away.
rough.
Wow.
We were
Yeah,
literally investigating, eating, and sleeping, and doing it all over again.
Yep.
yeah. I know it's a long. I know it was a hell of a long drive because it just from where I'm at in Southwest Michigan to Gettysburg was like 8.5 hours, and I know you're well beyond Gettysburg, and you went well beyond me westward.
Yeah,
So,
Gettysburg is only an hour and a half away from here, from us.
Yeah.
and see, I wish I would have known you back when we went to Gettysburg.
Um,
But that was the
To
year
Gettysburg
before
too.
the pandemic. So I used to stay
Yes.
awake 4 or 5 days. Fish, amphetamines were involved.
This guy was seeing smells.
and there's certain sounds that irritate ghosts, like noises that makes them angrier or more active. I guess you could say, I mean, EM pumps when you put that, a certain certain sounds. Probably your voice, like your own voice. I
I
guess
think
I
it's
can answer that.
energy because we've been in certain areas of different locations. Like when we separate, there'll be no activity at all. But when we go back together, there's like activity. There's been places that's tried to get us like completely apart.
Really?
Hmm.
Hmm. Curious. You know, Sarah, the only noise I have ever found that can sometimes irritate a spirit or make them not as responsive. If you've ever watched some of our investigations, you'll see um, people that have got those Radio Shack hacks, and what they do is they scan through the AM FM bands, just going from channel to channel. That really coarse static noise that it sends out, I've noticed you get a lot more aggressive responses when using one of those AM FM scanners than what you do just doing an EVP or something like that. Now,
Well, I have the
whether that's a
SB7.
coincidence, huh?
I have the SB7.
Oh, do you?
Hmm.
See, I was looking at the SB7 and the SP11, and my God, that's way out of my price range. I was looking at an SLS camera, and shit, thousand some odd dollars for an SLS camera.
The SB7 is not expensive.
Well, it is when you don't have money to play with.
On Amazon is where I got mine.
Oh, did you?
Hmm.
I wonder if a couple of kids arguing about dumb shit would work.
Again, like last time. It does feel like it's
It's
later. Feels like it's
possible.
2005.
Gettysburg is about 140 miles east of me. We probably went right by your house then, Templar. To be honest with you, because we went all the way down to Indianapolis and then shot straight east out of Indianapolis and went right into Gettysburg. So yeah, we probably drove within just a few miles of your house. So now, what about? And we've talked a few times on here tonight. Different people, including myself, have mentioned Gettysburg. Um, have you ever thought of going there and investigating?
We
Well,
did.
I was actually looking at it earlier, the Jenny Wade house, but it said $250 for 2 hours, which is
You have
ridiculous.
Gettysburg on here where we went.
I do have Gettysburg on the videos from months ago, Rosewood Trail, and we're probably gonna go back there soon, actually, with Paul, the big guy.
Nice, nice. I know we got a lot of activity out there. We done Sniper's Nest. We done Little Round Top. We done um, oh God, downtown right there, where the battlefield or where the battle took place on Cemetery Ridge. We got a Cemetery Ridge we done during a small thunderstorm. So I mean, we were getting all kinds of activity that night. I will argue with any paranormal investigator that says that energy don't heighten during a storm or something. With
That,
all that electricity in the air and stuff.
It was storming when we done Edinburgh Manor.
Really.
Uh-huh.
Yep, done Devil's Den. I actually started crawling to Devil's Den, and I could only get so far into it. So I know for a fact that soldiers were a lot skinnier back then. If they could actually get into Devil's Den, but it was that place was just very emotional. I think part of my spirit stayed in that place. Let me see here. Do a funeral home. Has to be some there.
You would
And it's
go to
funny.
the funeral
It's funny you
home.
mentioned that, Fish, because when Grandma passed away, I was talking to the people that run the funeral home that took her and the cremation and stuff. And the girl that was here, her and her dad run the place. She said that they have a lot of activity in the funeral home, but they're not interested in having an investigation done. They said everything's calm there. It's very kind. It's very solemn. So they don't want to take the chance of riling anything up. Soldiers back in the day were starving. Oh yeah, they were a starving lot. That's for sure. Um, Now, what about places close to you guys? I mean, is there a lot of places around that you can just kind of spur a moment? Hey, I'm bored. Let's go. There's nothing on TV. Let's go do an investigation.
yeah, Forest Haven Asylum, actually, now since I got that app back. We're probably gonna go back over there and film a video over there. That's where I actually captured my first EVP down in the morgue. That's on the channel. Should be the
Really,
very first video at the bottom. Yeah, when
really. Now,
Like,
what was that like?
we had patients there that died from aspiration pneumonia. That was pretty cool though. That was like I said, it was me and Paul went, and it was really interesting. There was a couple EVPs actually, three or four.
we just went back there though, right before we went out on the road.
Yeah, we're there. We'll go back there one more time, hopefully soon. Yeah, before it gets hot. 'Cause we got to cut through the woods and stuff. It's an abandoned place. You're not allowed to go there, obviously, but we cut through the woods, follow the power line, and I've been there over like about 30 times since I haven't got caught at all.
Oh wow. Now that's a good question, Tony. What do you guys think makes one place more receptive to a haunting than others?
What people bring in.
What do you mean?
I think that going from one location to another to another to another probably ramps up activity.
Really? Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Because you're taking whatever from one to another, like the energy, especially when you're going back to back different places.
Wow.
What was weird, I
So
just now thought about this, was when we went to Melbourne Manor, The what was it, Ghost Tube that said it in Gracie's room, and it had said we done Velisca the night before, and then
Mm-hmm.
Axe and Follow come through on the Ghost Tube.
Something followed us for a
Really?
list. I believe, yeah.
Uh-huh. It's on the live stream. It said Axe and Follow. I don't remember what else it said.
Hmm.
I almost think it
Could
said
some
Moses.
people live in haunted houses and not ever know it? My mom and dad did. We lived in a house out in the country. Well, they lived there for 20, 25 years. I lived there for 19. And mom and dad never had a single encounter with anything that they recognized as supernatural. My sister and I would slept upstairs, and we heard stuff all the time. But the staircase right there between our rooms was where the last little girl hung herself, little 16-year-old girl. So yeah, I believe
Yeah.
you can. What do you guys think? Can a person live in a haunted house and never know it?
I think so, though, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Stuff starts happening, you're gonna be like,
I guess some people just aren't as perceptive to it, maybe. Lobster and steak for Kosovo.
What's the one? That's what it
I would stay behind. I sure as hell ain't staying locally. I travel. And see, Tony, that's one thing that a lot of people believe is that a spirit is not bound to just the space it died in. The spirit can go anywhere. My wife just started watching some TV show about a bunch of kids that died in a high school, and she took off. She took the one little girl on the show took off running out of the school because she saw somebody out in the field, and she got just so far out the front door and automatically shot back where she was killed at in the boiler room. And she kept trying over and over, and she finally figured out that she can't leave the building. She's trapped there. So I always believed that a spirit could roam free. I don't
well,
know.
since you said that, at Melbourne Manor, there is a little girl that lives there. Her spirit lives there, but she wasn't killed there. She was killed across the street.
Hmm.
That's the one he was talking about. The Inez little girl. She was hung by a jump rope, but
Oh
it
my
wasn't in
God.
Melbourne Manor. But she stays there.
Wow. That's insane. Yeah, fishing like Beetlejuice. You know, they're stuck in that house, which is really funny because they didn't die in the house. You know, they
Right.
died. You know, wherever the hell it was, heading back to the house. But they, when they walked in the house, they realized that. Well, it took us some time, but they realized they were dead. I don't know the rules, Sarah, but it ain't. But I ain't staying in this place. I hate this house.
And also the
I
church
always.
that we done. He did he that was his childhood church. The spirit that's supposed to be inside the church we done. So he died later in life, obviously, but his spirit's supposed to be inside the church where he attended during his childhood.
Oh wow. Now, see, I always thought that when you died, you went to the place where you were happiest.
Could be.
So, yeah, I mean, that's just one more of those questions that need the answers provided for it. Sometimes the house itself isn't haunted, but the land it's on. Yeah, that's a very good point, Templar. That's a very good
I think
point.
that's what I think. In my opinion, I think that's what is up with Hinsdale.
Really, you think it's the grounds and not the house itself?
I stayed out in the woods by my in the backwoods of Hinsdale for 3 hours by myself.
Really?
Uh-huh.
I bet that was fun.
Well, I mean, I was playing with frogs. It wasn't scary to me, and I'm scared of the dark, so.
Not sure I can explain it. I hate most stuff about it. Was the woods haunted?
Well, I mean, later on, there was people sending pictures, like screenshots of my live stream, and there was like, the puckwudgies?
Yeah.
There was one in a tree, like peeping around the tree, like right at me.
Really?
Yeah, I got it too. I'll show you him.
So that's one
That's a
reason I love doing what we do is, we could put our videos up, we could put still shots up. That video that cemetery that we done here a couple weeks ago when um, I thought I saw something at the end of the video when I felt like I was being rushed by something. I turned, and as I turned, I thought I saw something over here, but I wasn't sure until I started watching the video, and I realized right at the moment that I heard something coming at me, you saw a white orb show up, and when I premiered the video, the first thing Jan said is, "Is that a face?" And when you in the next shot, when I took a screenshot of it and freeze framed it, you could see a face in that white orb. So whatever it was making itself very well known.
Yes, Temple
And
and I was running like crazy when I was out there. Look, Drew, there's the puckwudgie peeking around the tree.
mm-hmm.
And I was looking that way. I didn't like see it in real time, but he was like,
Oh
"Hello."
wow. Huh. How about that?
I'm sorry, Drew. I'm just in the kitchen eating. That's all. You want me to
I
that?
don't blame you. Our former house was our home. Now, how do you guys feel about orbs? Do you think that they're, a lot of paranormal investigators kind of shy away from orbs as being actual spirits. What do you guys think about that? Do you put any validity in orbs or plasma balls or whatever you want to call them?
Orbs are definitely interesting, especially when you see them, the way they move, and like if it goes towards you and then like flies away. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, you can definitely tell by a northern and dust.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hmm. What's an orb? Um,
Energy.
yeah, it's a lot of times if you watch, whether it's a professional, on TV crew or it's one of our crews out here somewhere on the platform, you'll see these little white streaks or balls. And a lot of times, if I have a lot of them, what I'll do is I will slow them down or I will take a still shot of them and put it next to it so you can see if there's wings on it, um, if it's actually just a complete solid ball. Because a lot of times bugs in our lights, in our IR lights, will show up as just a white streak. So a lot of times you got to slow them down to see if it's actually got wings or if it's
The way they
just.
move is just totally different than dust too. I mean, it's a perfectly round ball, and it will just move in like a certain way where dust just kind
Mhm.
of flies.
Yeah, yeah. I've noticed that a lot with um, dust particles. Is if you're filming somewhere at night and you've got on your night vision light, you'll see the airstream and how you'll get these little particles that follow the same airstream.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden you'll get one that does that, and it's like, that there it was not following the airstream.
Mm-mm.
Or it'll move directly across the airstream. Air's blowing this way, the thing comes at you or moves away from you. Oh, let me see here. I could too, which is how I got here. All right, guys. So we're down to like the last 25 minutes of this thing. Um, we talked about a lot. We talked about the trip they took. We talked about, you know, past investigations, places they still want to go. Does anybody have any questions for them?
Oh, break the chair.
Paranormal Search collabs with Living Histories Mysteries coming soon.
Most definitely. I'm looking forward to that, bud. And I got a fold-out sofa right here with your name on it. I done asked my question.
Yeah, I think that'll be about it.
I'd say so. If there's no questions, guys, this is going to be a short stream. I know Tony hates short streams.
Oh, it's been an hour and 36, so I think that's pretty good.
That's
For a
not
good
bad, I guess.
day.
That's not bad, I guess. Well, if nobody has any questions, then I'm going to let these guys get on with their evening, and I'm going to go get something to eat. I had two pieces of shrimp today, and that's all I've ate all day, so I'm getting a little hungry. I think I could eat the ass out of a dying horse right now. Oh, you hate short morning streams. I got you. All right. All right, guys. I guess that's going to be the end of it then. So, uh, thank you guys for taking time out of your busy schedule. And, dude, I'm telling you, you get up this way, you guys got a place to stay. Ain't going to even cost you hotel fees.
We appreciate
The,
that.
the fold down service will cost you, but and I'm the little mints I leave on your pillow, but that's the extent of it. I'm being invested with the spirit to eat a donut. Evenings I'm just here for Sarah. Well, yeah, we can't. We can't. We don't get to see Sarah in the morning, since she works for the school system. It's kind of hard for her to be sitting at her desk at school watching our live stream, commenting. Good night. We'll see
Appreciate it,
you later,
Sarah.
Jim. Thanks for
Thank you,
coming in,
everybody,
bud.
for being here.
Hey,
Thank you,
yeah,
Drew,
definitely.
for having us. And
Thank you for
congratulations
coming in,
once
hanging out.
again for that 1K subscribers.
I thank you for all your help, bud. I appreciate
Of
that.
course,
But all right, guys, that is it for tonight. Thank you for coming in and making Goran and Jamey feel welcome. I mean, they know they're welcome. They've been part of the family for a long time, so it's nice to pull our family members up on occasion and just BS around for a while, talk about what they've been up to and stuff. So, but be checking out Sunday morning. We got another video coming up. Let's see here. What the hell's coming up on Sunday? The Footsteps of the Irish Brigade, Fredericksburg, 1862. So, a little bit of history there. Nothing really in the paranormal, but from what I understand, the area is pretty active. Be another really cool place to go and check out. But that's it. So, y'all have a good evening. Have a great weekend. I will see you guys Monday morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time for more coffee and chat. But until then, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. We'll catch you out there.